Howdy, it's me. Manning Mark coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa. Found some... Oh, it's medicated, Mark, that's right. Found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. I'm coming to you today with a stack of records that I've collected from an antique store I went to, and another one, too. Is that it? Oh, yeah, some records from eBay, that's right. I'll start out with them. I won't start out with, actually, this one. Should we start out with a story? I have a shopping story today. So I go to Meijer's, and every month they send a mailer in the mail. Makes sense that they would use the mail. To send a mailer which has coupons in it. So it used to be a threefold deal, and the coupons were perforated and you tear them off, so it was printed on like a gloss cardboard stock. But the last two times they changed their mailer, so now it's like a threefold. You open it up and there's a pocket in it, and there's coupons in the pocket. So I just pulled them out, went to the store, you know, ripped up the ones I decided to use, and I go up to the checkout, and there's Tyler, the checkout clerk. The last time I went through there, he was so friendly to me. It was nice. Just long hair, Tyler, with the long hair. And I hand him the coupons, and he stands there and he sort of looks at them, and looks at them a little bit more. And I'm like, what? He goes, well, I'm going to have to get these checked out. I'm like, what do you mean, get them checked out? And I looked at the date. I said, well, they're not expired. I just got them last week. He goes, they're not printed on the paper they're supposed to be printed on. I went, I said, you mean like glossy cardstock? He said, yes. And I went, I said, well, maybe they're a prototype. And he just looked at me. So that didn't work. So I said, you probably, if you scan them and it works, aren't they good? And he looked at me. And what else did I say? I said, well, I got more in my pocket. I didn't even use all of them. And I said, they just changed their system over to this new one where it comes in the cardboard, the folder, and it used to come with the perforations. And he looked at me. I knew I hadn't sold him on the fact that I hadn't tried to rip Meijer's off from, like, I think almost $3. And I said, well, I didn't print them off on my laser writer. I knew that would get him. He looked at me again. So he gets on the phone while he's checking me out and says, hey, come over, I got something to show you. And like they call, I think 911, so that, you know, get the cops over there just in case they have to tackle me to the floor. So nobody comes over. He goes, well, I'll come down. And so he walks down, and there's maybe a manager type working a checkout line down there. And I heard her say, well, it's okay if they scan, would use it. So he comes back, and I said, well, what did she say? She says, well, if they scan, we'll take them. And I'm like, okay. So he scans all of them, and he hands me back the coupon for Ritz crackers. Ugh. I just can't give up Ritz crackers trying to go gluten-free, but they're so good. Anyway, so I thought, and I could see he thought I was screwing him. And I thought, man, I could make a real stink about this 50 cents or whatever it was, and ask to see a manager about it. But when I'm in line and this stuff happens, and I'm behind somebody that's happening to, I don't like it. There were two people waiting in line, and I go, oh, well. But I could see, I said, okay, thank you, and he didn't say anything. I could just see, just like, you're trying to screw Meijer's. Yeah, screw Meijer's out of $3. Oh, boy. So that was pretty exciting today. Should we go right to the records? Oh, a health update. I never felt better. The antibiotic nose ointment really cleared things up for the first time in years and years. I must have been carrying around that deadly bacteria, spreading it all over northern Kentucky. It's probably spread. I'm probably patient zero for the bacteria in the nose. Finally, I think it's okay. But then the doctor, you got to stop it. He gave us 2 more weeks, and he said you got to stop it. And if anything continues, you'll probably have to see an ear, nose, and throat specialist. I'm like, why can't you just take care? What is that? medicine is it's unpredictable. So there you go. That's good. Anyway, so I'm feeling pretty good, and still, yeah. What did I do? Did 2 yoga classes the other day, and the instructor apologized for going too slow in the last class. Like I wasn't satisfied with how she was teaching the class. I'm like, what? Everything's fine. Okay, so there you go. Let's go right. Oh, it's almost Christmas. Everybody ready for Christmas? I went kind of out on a limb because I remember all the Christmases past, like, you know, I don't really need anything. You know, go for the get-together, just have dinner, it'll be nice. But then they pass out presents, and I'm like, oh, I should probably, you know, like not been so cheap and spent some time and effort and gotten some really kind of going out on a limb and trying to do something this year. I probably regret it, but I'm doing it anyway. It'll be one of those things like, oh, like Burt's Bees. You know, don't tell anybody, but Burt's Bees, you know, they make really good cosmetic things like lip balm and facial cleaners and soaps, and they make products for dogs and everything. But it's really high. It's high quality lotions and potions and magical things to help you feel and look better. So I got all the women like this box, the facial thing. It's like the box, spa in a box, like Burt's Bees and spa in a box, something like that. And so I bring it home. My wife's like, well, you know, if you give this to them, it's like suggesting to a woman that there's something wrong with their face, you know. No, I don't mean it that way. It's just, so everybody's got cleaning, and the men they got a whole expensive box of like shampoo and something or other. And it'll be like, oh, you're suggesting that they don't, like nobody's clean here, and the whole family, everybody needs to take like extra showers or something to take care of themselves because you just don't think too. That's not it. I would appreciate it. And so never mind. Okay. I don't normally buy 78 sets, but because it was $5, which I don't know if it's a good or not a good deal, and the records, there is one record missing. I didn't even look. Well, I bought it for the cover anyway. Jane Russell, 78 set. Jane Russell's Put the Lights Out. Probably should have looked at it. Well, there's 3 out of 4 anyway. Not bad. I like the cover. It'll be fun to blog. Now, on to some eBay scores. Somebody must be home. Hello? Yeah, the dog just got up. Folio of Gospel Hits, the Brown family, the Browns. What color should we choose for our album cover? I don't know. They probably went through all the colors and got to brown, and suddenly somebody went, oh, brown. We're the Browns. Choose brown. Well, I wanted purple. I really wanted purple. I don't care. This will be some kind of issue, you know, if you put purple, and they'll say the Browns. People will say, why didn't you do the Browns? And I think outside of the box, even as a gospel art. Never mind. Okay. It's the Gospel Keys. Here's another terrific cover. Oh, Jesus. It's a really bad photograph. Totally out of focus. So we put this, they put some kind of black hole. They put them in a black hole. Pretty interesting. Sparta, Tennessee. And here's just a folded over piece of paper. I didn't know when I bought it, but a red folded over piece of paper with printing on it. It's a split between Tony Marge, Bob, and Frank and the Drummond family. So there could be something going on in that one. I don't know. Probably won't feature anything from it since there's so many marvelous records to choose from. This is another terrific cover, gospel record. A fellow out of where, I don't know, Louisiana. Oh, man. The Singing Celestials, extremely dark photograph, but they're wearing really fancy clothing, so I had to pick it up. Where are they out of? Chattanooga, Tennessee, maybe. Kingsport, Tennessee, not sure. Now, on to the Antique Store records. I left I guess I could have taken that off. It's just on there with a piece of tape. Or is it? No, never mind. It's the Waikiki Surfriders. I probably already have this one. But maybe not. It's a sealed Cheryl Poole, with the hair, and she's floating in space. Who's Cheryl Poole? Grand Ole Opry. She's been on the Grand Ole Opry. Louisiana Hayride. She's some sort of country singer. Here's a nice copy of a Super Hits album that I don't have. I know I don't have this one. That there are covers by some sort of British studio band on here, including Pinball Wizard and Frankenstein. Ha! I might have to, depending what it sounds like, maybe feature Frankenstein as a sample. Maybe I'll do 2 samples tonight. New original TV themes: TV 67, Dragnet, I Spy, Hong Kong Charlie, Playhouse 90 theme. I don't know, I can't ascertain whether or not these are the original themes, but I don't think they are. They're probably covers by studio band, would be my guess, which would make it more fun. And here's an album I probably have 2 or 3 iterations. Is that the right word? This is a very clean cover, but I'm pretty sure Kano and his Afro Percussion group, I've got this set with different cover art on other budget labels. Not exactly sure, don't know, but it was a clean cover, I picked it up. I don't know anything about this guy, Julius LaRosa, but it's a terrific cover. There he is, playing solitaire and smoking a cigarette. RCA Victor 1956, Joe Reisman, his orchestra, and the Ray Charles vocal group backing up LaRosa. And Frank Shaxfield, it's a Phase 4 stereo, London Phase 4 stereo I don't have, where he covers tunes by Simon and Garfield and Jim Webb. Isn't Jim Webb a country artist? I don't. Arrangements by John Keating. Oh boy. Up, Up and Away, Scarborough Fair, of course, Sounds of Silence, MacArthur Park, Bridge Over Troubled Water. That'll be fabulous. I think I've got the Dana Sisters, an album. This is local, by the way, on the Queen City album. Although it's pressed here, but they're out in New York apparently. I don't know. Anyway, it's a sister group and sort of a comedy group. It says adult comedy, so I might not be able to share anything from that record because of, YouTube restrictions on adultness. Relaxing with Perry Como. Don't normally buy Perry Como albums, but this was a terrific cover. Nice cover art. Perry Como with orchestra and chorus on RCA Victor in 1956. It's as old as I am, me, Medicated Mark, 62 years old in a few weeks. The ballad style of Can Kenton, I may have this one, but I don't know. It was about $2, so I picked it up. It's a very clean copy. Ted Heath and his music, Rogers for Moderns. I think this will be pretty awesome. I really like Ted Heath. I pick up much of his stuff when I find it. This is very usually jazzy, big band jazzy. There's a Shearing album I don't have. Pretty sure I don't have it. The Shearing Spell on Capitol. The Shearing Spell. Cuban Fantasy. I just listened to Herbie Mann version of Cuban Fantasy. It was pretty awesome. Now my Held Up the Last Time. It was a good record. Dave Garroway, have no idea. I know Red Norvo, though, a Vibes player. Dave Garroway, he's in the middle. Matt Dennis is a singer. But 1957 RCA, but I don't know why they're together. And I don't know if it's just, I don't know if they're all together, or it's just separate, tunes by each guy. I don't know if I've got this one. I hope I don't, because there's a little bit of cover damage, and if I have a better copy, I won't be happy. This is a compilation, though, on RCA. Is there a date on it? Usually there is, but there is, 1958. Bread and Butter Jam and Hi-Fi. Lee Wiley, Bud Freeman. I wonder if it's Dixieland. Another Percy Faith album with just a great cover. Picked it up on Columbia. Ooh, there's so much copy on the back. If I blog it, I'll be typing forever. This was like fun. Dinner music. It's an interesting RCA label. Music for a Chinese dinner at home. There must have been a series of dinner music. In this case, music for a Chinese dinner at home. 1959. Recorded in 58. There are recipes on the back. The conductor or arranger is Bob Lin Wu and his orchestra. So the conductor, Bob Lin Wu. That'll be fun. And Al Goodman, album that I may or may not have, but it was pretty darn cheap, so I picked it up just because it's a great cover and I'll make a good scan. Tribute to Jerome Kerr, Al Goodman. And I know I've got this one, but I couldn't remember if it was any good. So I picked it up again. Stan Kenton, Latin Fire. It's a terrific album. These next two records cost me $1, so I had to pick it up. Including the last but not least, just because it's on the bottom of the pile, and it's a wonderfully clean cover, and I know I have this one, but the cover was so clean, just in case I don't have a good cover to scan, I picked this one up. So that was a lot of fun. It was me and the wife. Went out, and I got her a Christmas present, a giant old enamel pan. It used to be all that enameled stuff, like pots and pans and stuff like that. Nobody wanted them, and they just had to give the stuff away. But now people are like, oh, that's interesting, and the prices have gone up. And there was a lampshade there I thought I might pick up, like an atomic gauge lampshade. It was like $50. The wife just laughed at me. You're old now. You don't understand, you know, how prices have changed. I guess not. I figured a lamp should have come with the shade at that price. Anyway, that's it. So that was fun. Boy, it was quite a walk. But we got through it okay. That's it. Let's just go right to the musical sample. That's probably the best thing to do right now. Because it's the end of the video, that's why.